All right. Good morning, good evening, or good night, or any and all of those things. My name is Rudimentary Rob. Welcome back to my Rudiheim live stream series, and we are up to episode 3. Just as well that's on the screen because it's just after 7 in the morning on a Sunday morning, and I'm going to say it took a little bit of extra work this morning to get my brain up and running. So I think we're going to be off mentally to a little bit of a slow start. But, we'll muddle through. We'll be alright and all that other good stuff. Now, I've got a little bit of... I've just got a little tiny bit of housekeeping here just to put things where I can see them a little better. How is everyone today? Are we all good? We have some action in chat already because the keenly observant would have noticed that I had an intermission or break thing as my intro, and I mucked up my linking by the look of it. It's alright, I'll have it sorted for the next one. At the last minute yesterday, I thought I'd set myself up because I hadn't done before, because I don't know why, but I managed to get through a 5-hour stream without needing to step away from the keyboard. So I don't fancy my chances of doing that on a regular basis. So we've got a little break thing in there for when I need to step away. And I obviously linked the wrong file because I broke my intro one. But that's all right. I've got backups for these things. I'll get it sorted for next time. Anyway, that's enough rambling about my incompetence for the morning. I hope everyone's having some nice weather. It's been crazy humid. I would say on most people's scales hot as well, but I know on your scale, Annihilate, 29 or 30 degrees is probably not really that hot. But when it comes with, I'm going to say 80+% humidity, and you're out in it mowing the lawn and using the line trimmer to do the edges, it's hot. And that was what I did yesterday. And I have a funny feeling that's part of the reason why I'm feeling a bit ordinary this morning. So, that it be like that. Other than that, and I'll say garden variety mediocre night's sleep, I'm doing all right. Thank you, Annihilate. Now, where are we at? I've got chat in a much better situation today. How's my volumes? My volumes look pretty good. Actually, what I am going to do is I noticed the game volume was a little bit low last stream, so I'm just going to tweak that one up a little bit. Alright, I think I am pretty good. The chat, I tweaked the position of the chat now, so the logon doesn't sit on top of the health bar. Wasn't really an issue now that with the health, with only having like 90 health or whatever I have max, but it was going to get a bit... my OCD was going to have issues with it down the track, so I thought I'll fix it up now. So I left the text about the same size. I've tweaked the size of the chat window, and I nudged it over to the right a bit more. So I think keep an ear out just in case it needs a background. Leave me a little message and tell me if you think the chat window needs a bit more to make the text stand out. But generally speaking, there's not anything light in the bottom left-hand corner. Probably until we get to the mountains is probably the first time we're going to have issues with that. But I'll monitor, and if it needs tweaking, I'll adjust the background settings then. But that's enough housekeeping. Okay, it's 10 p.m. and 27 degrees C and about 90% humidity. So you've got, I'm going to say, pretty much exactly what we had yesterday at the same time of day. It was, but then we had a bit of a change. Came through. We had a little bit of rain, and it actually managed to cool it down quite a bit to the point where I think that's another reason why my sleep was a bit ordinary. When you go to bed and it's 27 degrees with a lot of humidity, You tend to not need much in the way of bed coverings, but then by the middle of the night it was down to about 20, and the humidity had eased off, so I think that's why I woke up, because I was a bit congested. But yeah, anyway, it's all good. I have had a strong cup of tea. I've had a espresso flat white coffee thing. I've had my wake me up pills. I think I'm good for 3 hours. Oh, good morning, Benty. Welcome back to the stream. How are you going today? And welcome to anyone out there. I did, at the suggestion of Melina, I did change my chat settings, so you don't need to be subscribed to chat now. If we don't have any random ingrates taking advantage of that, I'm happy to leave it on this new setting. But if I get too much antisocial things going on, I'll go back to the old settings. But I will trust in the power of the internet for now. And yes, I imagine we will find out by the end of the stream how well that goes. Now, I've been staring at the camera, so to speak, here for quite an uncomfortable amount of silence. So I feel like I might need to actually start, earning my keep, so to speak. And we don't really have a keep at the moment in the castle kind of sense. One day we might, but for now, this is all we have. And it's kind of funny, but in my head, for some reason, I had a bit more land. You know how you haven't been in the game for a whole week, and my brain was trying to tell me that where I've got this little bay here, this was all land, and I had some grand plan as to what I was going to do with that in terms of defences, but yeah, I might have to tweak my plan there a bit. Alright, so we logged out up on top of the roof, and we have logged in on top of the roof. Okay, thank you, Annihilate. Benty, I'm having a good relaxing night. Hope you are all good too. Yes, I finished my little morning brief about having a slightly rough night and the volume of caffeine required to resurrect me this morning. But other than that, yes, I am going quite okay at the moment. Thank you. Now, what do I need? Oh, that's right. I had a chronic shortage of flint as well, because I keep using it to make spears, and then I end up losing the spears. So I think that's going to be my task goal, is to stop losing spears. Now, what do we got? Now, I had some interesting thoughts, because we're going to have a few things that we're going to achieve during this stream. One of them is we're going to tweak this arrangement a little bit by way of defensiveness, I guess. And I can see why I put the hut where, because I was thinking ahead, I can see why I pushed that out as far as I could, because I wanted to have a bit of the ability to kind of fence this off. So that's what we're going to do. And to my great amusement, the bees ended up being quite useful in killing boars when they aggroed. So I think I'm going to be leveraging a bit of that in my defensive stance. And I want to, you know what, no time like the present. Let's we've only got a little bit of bear meat, so I think I'm just going to do my building with just honey for now. Now, what do I want to achieve here? I want... I'm going to need another crafting bench or two by the looks, so let's put one over there. And let's pop one over here preemptively. Now, if I'm gonna... Let's push the boundaries here a bit. Let's go with... It's not going to be long enough. Let's go with a bit of angle of your dangle like that. Nope, that's the wrong angle. Yeah, I'm not perfectly lined up with the build grid, but this will do. Alright, so we might go to there, and then we're going to have one of these. And we'll call that the corner. So what other world news do we have, guys? What amazingly awesome and incredible things are going on in your universe currently? And yes, all that other good stuff. Sorry, the conversation is not going to be probably the most sparkling for at least a little bit of the stream until the caffeine has a chance to do its job. That's kind of annoying. We might have to do a little step up then. Right, let's do that. We're going to have to go up again. And I guess we go around the corner a little bit here. Let's do a bit of that action. Oh, you've been playing the old man card quite a lot this morning there, Annihilate. You know, there is a thing called karma, you know, and you're gonna inevitably reach this stage of degradation in your faculties. Yeah, it's gonna happen soon enough. So yeah, just you know, just watch it with those. Watch it with those angry young words of you know, accusations about you know, being old. It'll happen. It literally, it's like the old I can't remember if it was a shampoo commercial or what it was, but you know, there was an old advertising jingle was, "It won't happen overnight, but it will happen." Well, that's getting old. Definitely ticks that box. Now, I'm not gonna build. Now, they're not going to be able to walk over that, but I can jump over it, which is fine. Do I want to raise this a bit more? No, because it goes against what Plan B is. Now, Plan B, I have a bit of a Baldric from Blackadder cunning plan I'm gonna implement here. We're going to have Yeah, that should work. Yes, that's right. Well, look, it can be self-deprecating. That's fine. We indulge ourselves with quite a lot of self-deprecating humour, and look, that's fair game. But you know, as far as getting old goes, you can't be poking the hornet's nest with a stick because, yeah, we all know what happens when you do that too much. Or indeed at all, depending on the type of hornet's nest. Some of them just do not put up with that kind of stuff at all. Now, we want to go over to this corner. Oh, we better finish that off as well. So we're going to go like this. And then we are going to go like this. Alright, that should work. Now, I need to get some... I need to get a bit of this action going so I can block that off. Now, the rationale behind why I'm doing all of this, I'm sure will not become abundantly clear in good time. So I'll try and hold off on explaining it until I'm done, and it's not going to take too much more time, and we will have, yeah, nothing will fit under that, that's fine. Alright, that should work. Nothing can walk over that. Just make sure... Oh, something can walk over that. Namely me. So let's put another log across here just to be sure. What about over here? Oh, yeah. See, this is the problem with not being allowed to modify terrain. We have to rely on our, admittedly, infinite building materials, but we have to rely on our building materials and our brain. So, given it's first thing on a Sunday morning, I'm going to say we're just relying on the building materials, really. Whether the brain chooses to join us later remains to be seen. Yep, they can't walk up there. Oh, hello, Ronya. Hi, Ronya. How you doing? It's been a while. How are you, you delicious piece of Swedish legend? That should turn her several shades of red for a few minutes. Oh, that's not where that goes. Oh, that's right, crafting skill. Red you are, yes. See, called it. Is that going to be an issue jumping? No, not at all. Alright, so we have a cunning plan. Let's put a little bit of platform over here. So, you know, the rules of engagement here is we can't modify the terrain. So, I mean, I can only build a hoe at the moment. Until we kill Ichthyr, we're not going to have any mining pick. But One of my fundamental rules is I can't be modifying the terrain for defensive purposes. I may allow myself a little bit of hoe usage down the track, like for farming. It's obviously trying to build a farm on uneven terrain like this is going to be mildly annoying, so I might let myself, fill in a few holes, so to speak, just to make it a little bit easier. I may not. It just depends on where I end up setting up farms. So that's pretty much literally the only reason I'm just not flat out banning the hoe completely. Is there may be genuine situations where I do need to use it. So, but that's the only intended. That's the only intended. What's the word? Yeah, you get the idea. Let's go with you there. Now, the defences. So, given we cannot modify our terrain, it is against the rules. Red tomatoes that needs to be in the fridge. Oh, I like that, Annihilate. Is Roy Tomatis ort in the... Oh, YSK. Is that like a sh sound, or has it got a bit of a a twang or a I don't know. Has it got a bit of a I suppose Afrikaans style? I can't describe it because it's Sunday morning. My brain doesn't work on a Sunday morning. Everyone knows this. Let's do that. And look, just for the sake of being a total completionist, let's put that in there as well, just to make that look pretty. And for here, we are going to do that. Nope, that didn't go where I wanted it. That's where I want it. There. Alright, so we're going to put all of this in here. This will probably not last as long as I have pictured in my head, but against the early raids it should be fine. Is that touching the ground? Oh, it is too. Alright, so, and then we'll put one in there, and that one doesn't reach. Okay. And then we'll put one across here. And we'll put a little short one there. Beautiful. Alright. Now this is annoying me. Nope, that's not the one I want. Alright, now all this wood, sadly, is going to degrade with weather because of the plan that I'm now going to unveil. Is everyone suitably excited by what you think my highly researched and... No, not researched at all. Definitely overthought, which means it's probably not going to work the way I want it to. Plan is for defending my base. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to use our friendly neighbourhood beehives to defend our base. Because they worked so damn well before, we are going to use them. Now we can use one every 1.5, so we're going to put one there. Where's our break? About there. And about there. No, that must be... I'm not quite getting the spacing right on these, but that's alright. We're going to put one probably there. I'll put one... That was weird. Why didn't that want to snap up there before? Put one there. I'll go one here. Because the poison... Actually, I'm not sure if the poison, how much it stacks, but I imagine getting stung by a bunch of these little hooers. It's obviously not going to work against every raid because we will get stuff which is resistant to poison, but most of those things are to do with the swamp, and by the time we get to the swamp we'll have the ability to, or at least once we get iron we'll have the ability, that wasn't where I wanted that, we'll have the ability to make better fortifications by then, once we get some iron, so that is definitely something I'm going to be looking forward to. And this will be a way for me to boost my honey supply. Not that I think I need quite that many beehives, but you know, you get the idea. At the moment... Oh, you spawned inside my base. That's interesting. For the moment, I don't have... Oh, actually, that's a downside. I don't think they attack until they get really close, so that might be a problem. So, for the moment, this is just our little starting base. We're probably going to be using this for, in the short term, for our just doing everything, really. But, and as such, we've got a, you know, we've got a little spot here with some, actually that's quite deep water. I'll build a dock out here at some stage when we get a boat, but for now, yeah, this is kind of home base until I find somewhere better. I would like to be on a river, because the waves don't get quite as annoying. But for now, as a result of the first live stream, yeah, the first live stream was pretty much where we put down roots here, right at the end of that, and then last week's live stream, which was the second one, we managed to unlock portals with the assistance of a troll beating the bollocks out of a whatever that tree is that gives you fine wood. I've honestly completely forgotten. And let's have a bit of light in here. Oh, I can make these now, phthalites. Let's see how well... Let's see how well these light the room. Yes, not at all. That's pretty much what I expected. But these things, I love these things. They just look awesome at night. Alright. Oh, we can do... Oh, of course we can do banners now. What colour do we want to go? Let's go with a bit of blue action. Let's put that... Trying not to be too neat and tidy here at the moment. Do we get any other... Oh, of course, yeah, we've got tables, so let's... A lot of this is just going to be for the sake of convenience for now. Oh, we won't put it that way, I'll put it this way. I'm sure that's definitely going to get in the way later, but we can have our way with it later. Now we want a few torches here for some... Hey, we can see what we're doing now. Woohoo! Alright. Now, I wanted... I want to fix these things up, so... I think they're the only two that actually had... Because I got the spacing on these. Oh, seeds, yep, alright. Oh, and that's right, trophies. Alright, that's fine. Okay, so we are going to... Alright, let's have some honey. We've got lots of that going on. Alright, we need to space these out properly, so we only put 2 per panel, because then I can put signs on them and then my OCD brain can sleep at night. It does waste the space a bit, but you can't label, like, you can't put signs on them, because the sign is like 1 meter, so you can only fit 2 signs neatly in this much space. And having almost 3 full chests in that space just doesn't really work, because I don't have enough volume of anything at this stage to need what's the word? To need 3 chests to contain the same, the same stuff. Yeah, I know. I haven't died as much as usual. It's terrible. So that is still better than me. Yep. Cool. Yeah, I only had 1 death, which was that in the previous stream? I think it was. We met an untimely demise over here, and was it a troll or was it poison? Or something got me. I can't remember what it was. Now, let's do signs. Is that the right way around? No, that's the right way around. So we're going to go with... Let's line that up right there, because that's repeatable. I must have moved my monitor. I'm finding myself leaning forward to see it properly now. Ah, there we go. Actually, let's just do that. That's a better idea. Why try and break your neck bringing your head closer to the screen when you can just make the stuff on the screen bigger, hey? How sensible is that? Oh, God, if my brain's thinking this sensibly this early on a Sunday, we might be in trouble. Alright, now, let's get organised about this. Let's call this one... Now, oh yes, many of you are Valheim veterans, so this is probably not going to be anything for anyone, but for any of those that don't already know how to do this, you can change the default colour. So if I just make this wood, it's, it's just black. And if you don't have any lights around and it's a bit shadowy, it gets really hard to see. So the pros add a web style command in front of it. So use the less than, color spelt the stupid, freedom units method, equals, and then you can use web safe colors. So like hexadecimal, it's like 6 numbers. My brain's not used to thinking in those terms, which is kind of weird, because maybe that's the thing about my old job that my brain has just completely rebelled on, but I just tend to use the default ones, which is, they're just descriptors. So you can go white, grey, blue, I think there's a light blue or a cyan or something. There's magenta, there's a purple, black obviously is the default one. I tend to, just to save me money on lighting bills, I usually just use white. And then the important thing, and it's going to disappear when I click this, because the minute you complete the command, so you put in the greater than sign, So that's the shift and the full stop button on your keyboard. The minute I do that, that command gets hidden, but it's still there. And if you need to update it, you've just got to delete the, like, it's an extra character. So if you use your arrow keys, you can go to the end and you can go, all right, this word's got 4 letters in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm now just ready to insert before the wood. So if I go type, if I type anything, it's going to show up as part of the label. But if you want to update the color, you can go left one more, and if I go delete, I've now deleted the E of the white. So all that text is still there, it's just hidden. And if you just navigate using your arrow keys to go back and forward, you can get back in there and make that change. So now that works everywhere because that's a text command. So that is something that's stuck in my brain from my typesetting days. But yes, so we put the white back in, and because white is a valid color, it accepts it. Now if we delete that and we put in, I don't know, M-A-U-V-E, mauve is a color. Oh, it's still there. Well, that's because mauve is a color in the English language, but it's not recognized by this color command. So if you're not sure if a color is a color, you can just type it in, and if it disappears, it means that's correct. If it doesn't disappear, it means you can't use it. So but I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to go back to white and hit. Now the other thing you can do is I'm going to delete that. I'll put the E on there. I'll put that on there. Now I'm just selecting, holding down shift and the left until I think I've got all of it selected. I'm hitting Control C to copy. And see, that's what it looks like when it's nice and bold. So wood, we're just going to put in the normal wood in that one. And then this one, we're going to do paste. Now, see how the 3 dots disappeared? That's because I've just pasted in the whole, less than, color equals white, and then greater than. That's what I copied, and now I've pasted it in there. So now all I need to do is type in the label, which is, for this one will be, I'll call it Corwood. Boom, there we have our white label. And we can drop our Corwood in there, and it's just rinse repeat. So paste, fine, as soon as I can type, fine wood. Paste is just Control V, that's universal on. That's just universal on, it doesn't matter what computer you're on. Alright, tried it on server and it's crazy. Died several times within minutes and decided I love my PC and I don't want to kick it into oblivion. Yeah, that's okay. A lot of it is like the early sins of Valheim. You could list them as not realizing that you can pick the stuff up off the ground and what the significance is. But the bigger one, and the reason why I died so much, is you don't realize just how important food is. Because without food, your health basically doesn't regenerate. And if you, like, you're not going to be very familiar with how combat works and, parrying and stuff like that. Not to mention, if you don't already have a weapon, you're not going to be hitting very hard. Those little greylings, they're not very impressive after you've played Valheim for more than 5 minutes, but in those first 5 minutes of playing Valheim, yeah, they can wear you down and kick your butt just as well as pretty much everything else. So yeah. What are we doing? Let's leave that one for a minute. I'm just trying to think. I do have fine wood. Alright, let's put, hang on, let's put fine wood in there. And I want paste. We'll make this stone. Not that I'm going to have a lot of use for stone inside, but we'll keep some in here just in case. Now, what else have I got here? Oh, of course, I need flint. So I'll go paste and flint. Am I going to want charcoal in here? Not really. It's not used for crafting outside of building, and our building ingredients are free, so we're not going to need that. Alright, let's work back from this end. So we're going to go paste. Alright, this will be my first trophies. I'm going to just start putting trophies in here. I made the flint thing and then didn't put the flint in. Now we're going to want some leather, so we'll go paste, we'll go boar. I know it's called leather scraps, but I always think of it as boar leather. Paste that in. No, not that kind of deer leather. I don't think we've got any of that. Oh, bone fragments, that's something I didn't think to do. Oh yeah, eyes. Feathers, resin. Actually, you know what? That's what we're going to put in there. We're going to go you. And then just to break up the monotony, we're going to make that yellow, because resin is yellow, and, you know. Now, bone fragments. I'm going to put them... I'm going to have bear leather. And I'm going to have troll leather. So that's those two. I want to keep that for trophies. So we need to start sorting out this bottom line. Alright, let's go with you. Which way have I got my handles? That way. Go 1, 2. Sorry, there's a bit of a dull old start to the stream, but oh, that's where all my leather's gone. Okay. I wanted to get this done now because we are going to be doing big things. I'll call that bear. And of course I can't do this stuff offline because I've said I'm not doing anything offline, so yeah. Oh, see, when you click in there, there we go. Bear leather. I do have bear leather. I'm going to leave the bear paws in with that. Troll. Now, how many more of these have got stuff in them? Probably only down the end here. Yeah, so that's trader loot. And that's a troll trophy. I'll just put that in there for now. Alright, I'll get rid of the rest of these. I am going alright, Ronya. I am, yeah, health-wise, not great, but I'm taking steps on that front. Mentally, probably the best I've been in quite a while, thank you. Hence the doing a weekly live stream now is a way of, you know, getting out into the universe and talking to look, I'm going to say this unashamedly, but it's true. Talking to, you know, the best chat in the known universe. And I'm not afraid to tell everybody that you guys are the best chat in the known universe. And to be honest, probably in the unknown universe as well. But I mean, because it's unknown, I can't assume too heavily in that regard. But just between you and me, I think you are for the unknown universe as well. Shamar's building a Ronya resort on Peak server. I'm going to be his first employee, acting as security and scavenging. Oh right, you're getting drafted into doing Peak server. Yeah, look, I wouldn't mind going back in and doing a little bit of scum once in a while, but not on a regular basis. But then I can't play it at all now because I don't have a Windows install. And the anti-cheat just does not play well on Linux, and honestly I've got a fundamentally huge problem with anti-cheat anyway, so it can take a long walk off a short pier as far as I'm concerned. I think games like Valheim have it right. There's a little disclaimer when you go to join a server. It says, look, basically the internet's a wild and woolly place. Here's some things you can do to try and protect yourself. And in the Valheim world, they've got the character is separate to the world, so you can take your character into different worlds if you want to. In fact, I do so on a fairly regular basis. And you know, it's just if something happens, it happens. There's nothing you can do, and there's no anti-cheat in Valheim. Hopefully there never will be any, and I don't have a single problem with it at all. I can host my own server, I can start a session and have people join that session, I can protect it with passwords, I can do all those things in a very straightforward title that's still in early access, but those features have been in there for as long as I've been playing Valheim, and that is just awesome. So if you want to get butthurt about cheaters in your, you know, elitist first-person shooter title, then that's on you, not on your players. So yeah, anyway, that's my little rant for this morning. Sorry about that, guys. I'll get off my high horse now. Alright, we got bone fragments can go in there. We've got some flint on us. Let's go with blue. Now, yeah, alright, I'm sick of carrying it around. I'll put that in there. Now, down this end, I'm just going to paste these in. I mean, to be honest, I don't see myself copying and pasting anything for the rest of the session, but it's that whole labour-saving efficiency thing. If I've got it there and I'm not afraid to use it, I may as well use it. Now, what have we got left? So we want, that's all going to be trader stuff. So, sorry, that's going to be trophies. So I'll make this trader. No. I nuptied that one up. There we go. I'll drop all of that in there. The trader's probably going to be more than one. So I might preemptively reserve. Might reserve that one as well. So I'll put the cash in that one. Let's make that seeds for now. We're not going to have a big need for seeds. Wow, look at all the building that we did. I've almost worn out my hammer. Let's do something about that. Now, what I wanted to do... I'm going to make these because they hit way harder. And because they're slashing damage, they actually work pretty well against the bears as well. So I'm going to grab our bear leather. Okay, who was going to tell me that I spend all this time waffling about attention to detail, yet I managed to do 2 of the labels as bear leather? I don't know. That one's supposed to be troll leather. It's definitely a Sunday morning. And I'm trolling myself by labeling that the wrong way. Alright, let's go with paws of the bear. What do I need to go with that leather scraps? So I'll grab from here. Paws of the bear. And we might even be able to upgrade them. Ah, it doesn't need the claws to upgrade them. Okay, that's good. Yep, so we just need another workbench type thing. Alright, I want those to be my... yeah, I'll make those my go-to, because they're two-handed, so I won't have the shield, and then it's 2 and 3 to equip like that. Okay, that's fine. And I do get a chonky parry bonus with that. 30. Ooh, I'll tell you what. Block armor is 6, so 6, that's pretty good. Block armor 18, but that's only times 1.5. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I might end up ditching that round shield at some stage. Interesting. Alright, bear leather. Get rid of those, and we've got a little bit of meat for outside. Alright, for anyone, yeah, that's what I mean about the waves. Now, let's get rid of these. Alright, so anyone who has only just joined the stream, this is our wicked plan for defending the base from raids because we can't modify the terrain. Is it going to work? I don't know. And to clarify why I've put all these logs in here, they're not just there to physically block access. I've used multiple building components because any of the attacks, like when a critter attacks or a troll attacks, the damage tends to get split between like build items. So more build items means each individual build item in theory takes a bit less damage, but I don't think that's going to stand up to a troll for more than about half a second, but we'll see. We've got our deer, we've got that. We're not doing fire arrows, we've got food. Alright, so we are... This is our home down here. We've got, you know, portals at Eikthyr. We've got an elder that's actually really close by. That will come in handy when the time comes. Why did I forget to... I want to try and get in the habit of putting a portal down. There we go. There's a portal there. There's a portal at Eikthyr. So the rule is with my markers, when I put a portal marker down, I'm using the text that is the name of the portal. I can't remember what I called this thing. Oh, that's right. There's one at the altar as well. I don't think I'll mark that. No, let's mark that one. Oh, there's a space in there. Well, that's consistency for you. That's probably why I didn't put a portal icon there. Let's just get rid of that, and we'll go base 2. Where are we? Yes, and we've been searching for the axes, like the new axes that they just brought in. And we covered all of this terrain between the first 2 streams, and other than a little bit of meadows there, which I'm pretty sure doesn't really have anything of interest in it, we did not come across either of the axe heads that we need to be able to make the axes. So, bit of a disappointment. I was kind of hoping that we would, but it's alright. We'll manage. Oh, thank you for changing your position on, you know, poking fun at the elderly Annihilate. Thank you for that. You're prone to accidentally killing squad members and destroying vehicles. Honestly, from what I've seen of the streams, and also having participated in the past in some of those server activities, you're not really an example of anything other than what is typical on that server. Ronya can attest that she's been run over by various people in vehicles on that server by teammates. I'm not sure if Ronya's been shot by teammates yet. Yeah, it's there's no perfection going on that server, I can tell you, in terms of you know, holding a higher standard of yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, let's get rid of that. So, we're going to be doing something. Now, the reason why Mission 1 was to get some defences in place is to protect... Oh, actually, let's sleep out. Is to protect us from raids. And you might say, well, you don't get any raids. Oh, Comfort 9's not bad. You don't get any raids. Well, technically, there is a raid. It just does not happen very often. There's a raid that you can get before you even kill Eikthyr, and it's just the forest sends boars and necks at you, and that's pretty much all that happens. But as I say, that one, it must have a longer time or a lower percentage chance for it to occur, because I don't, other than during my hardcore server, we actually got it in the first stream, and personally I think I've only seen it once or twice before. It's just not that common most of the time, because you can usually get to the point where you can kill Eikthyr and then you start getting raided by Grey Dwarves. So I wasn't that concerned about the boars, because we've got a slightly easier combat setting, and boars aren't really that dangerous if I've got some food. But the reason why we want this fortification is we're going to change that a little bit. We are going to, and I'll clue the we'll clue the people in now. Yeah, we're going to go and kill Eikthyr now. So how do we think this is going to go? I have no bow. I have no fire arrows. That's one of my lazy methods of doing Eikthyr. Oh, what a lovely foggy day to be doing Eikthyr, but anyway, it's fine. I can't remember where the altar is. It must be down here. Oh yeah, there it is. Look, I could, if I were a less reputable person. I'm going to call that a successful weapons test. If I wanted to do what I did in hardcore, because we have infinite build ingredients, I could just spam fires. Like, I could just spam campfires and just pretty much instantly kill Eikthyr on these settings, but I'm not. I'm going to be intentionally, part of adding a bit of challenge and to make it a bit more interesting for the viewers, I'm not going to let myself do any of the bosses in the like full troll mode, like full exploit mode. So I'm not going to be spamming campfires for Eikthyr. Well, I can't modify terrain, so that eliminates a lot of the what's the word? That eliminates a lot of the sort of exploity, you know, dig a hole so the boss can't get me kind of ways of doing things. The only thing which some may consider to be a little bit exploity is when you do the Queen in Mistlands, you can use the door knocker. Oh, actually, I've already eliminated that because I can't have a door knocker. So yeah, we're committing to be non-exploity about any of the bosses. So, and on this combat setting, honestly, for me, I shouldn't need to be doing that, to be brutally honest. On this combat setting, I should be able to do all of the bosses with maybe a few tears, maybe some effort, maybe some, you know, soiling your trousers kind of exercises, but I should be able to do them. So yeah. All right, let's get this show on the road. Oh, that's right. We've got to put this on the bar. So let's do that. I think it's only 2 trophies. I can never remember. 4. Have I got my... Yes, I have my bear claws out. Hi, honey. I'm home. That was a bit of lag. Yeah, Eikthyr is not a very hard boss. You can tell from the fact that even when I'm not bothering to parry, I'm really not taking much damage at all. Poor little Eikthyr. I mean, honestly, I do feel sorry for Eikthyr because Eikthyr is the butt of my, you know, weapons tests. When I became a mage, I've lost count of how many Eikthyrs I've murdered with fireballs and vines and troll attacks, and yeah, anyway, it's hilarious. And it's only 2 trophies. That's kind of what I thought, but I couldn't remember. Alright, so this is we're done. We've done Eikthyr. Let's go up here. Let's grab all these berries. We need berries. We're going to be wanting a lot of berries for when we start making meads. Don't think there's any down there. Oh, hello, boars. Let's have some boars as well. Goodbye, Mr. Boar. Goodbye, Mr. Boar. Alright, that's done. So, in the act of killing Eikthyr, we will very definitely start getting base raids now. And those base raids are going to involve Grey Dwarves. We won't get troll raids until I think we've got to kill. We've got to kill a troll, which we've done, but we also need to kill the elder, I believe, before the troll raids get turned on. So we've got a little bit of time on that one. All right, let's go back, and we're gonna hang our Eikthyr trophy so that we can get our first Forsaken buff. And I'm going to try and make sure I'm not the massive slacker I tend to be about not using it. I say that, but I know full well that I am going to be a gigantic slacker and I am going to forget to use it quite a lot. Alright, where are we? Over here. Attach. And yeah, run, jump, swim for 5 minutes. And there we go. I'll grab you. Alright, so what is the plan from here? Well, in this gear, what am I wearing? I'm wearing the Berserker stuff. I need the headpiece. With the headpiece and the, you know, the set bonus, so the additional slashing damage and all the rest of it, I would probably be in a position to actually go and take on the Elder. Whether we can do that in this same stream, I don't know. What I do know, though, is I'm not going to be repeating the 5-hour marathon that I had last week. That was really starting to take it out of me by the end of the 5 hours. So I think I'll be working on an Oladino length stream. So I'll aim for 3 hours, and then I'll overshoot by a little bit. But pretty much what I did in the first one. And if I can manage that, I think that will be a happy place to be. Now, we need some more wood. We want to make our antler pickaxe. We're going to make 2 of those because... Alright, I'm going to put my food... I'm going to move my food down into my usual spot. Having it up on the bar like that is kind of handy, but most of you will have noticed by now that I just tend to, you know, click on the food to refresh it, so having it on the bar is mildly pointless. So we're going to unload. Now, for the pros out here, this won't be news, but for anyone who isn't a pro, you can see how it says E to open the chest. If I press and hold E, it transferred. So basically anything that's, whatever's already in that chest, if I've got something of that type in my inventory, it automatically unloaded, and like it opened, it unloaded, and it closed without me having to do any extra clicking, which is, I'm going to say, pretty damn sexy. Now, trophies. Let's go back here. So we'll use this again as an example. We've got some ball trophies on us, so if we just press and hold E, boom, and it tells us how many things that it put in there. That's pretty awesome. I like that. Now, I'm going to put the spare antler thing in here because it's a bit of a one-off, like trophies tend to be sometimes. And the rest of this is just food. Oh, good morning, Marlena. Guten Morgen. And that's where my German stopped today, I'm afraid. Hello and welcome. You're just in time to miss me killing the first boss, but I'm sure that's I wouldn't have taught you anything that you didn't already know. So now. This is our little defences that we set up at the start of the stream. I'm going to defend myself from raids using beehives. Yeah, I know. Actually, what I forgot something. I forgot to put these things in. That was my other intention, was to... But the annoying thing with these is you can't mount them on structures. You can't mount them on structures, so... And they're very spotty. See, it just doesn't want to sit anywhere. Really annoying. Anyway, I'm not going to do that now. What we are going to do is we need to head out into the Black Forest. And we need to get ourselves... We need a bear trophy. And we need to get some bronze. Now, because we need bronze, so copper and tin, we're going to stay close because my portals are just on the normal portal setting, so I can't bring anything that's non-teleportable. I can't bring that through the portal. So, given we're going to be doing a lot of hard yakka with lugging copper and tin back and forth, we're going to keep that as close to the base as we can. So we're going to head out this way. I am going all right. I have some angry fists, and I'm not afraid to use them. Sleep was, I'm going to say, a little on the rough side, but look, bad sleep can always be countered by an appropriate amount of caffeine, and I had some caffeine and I wasn't afraid to use it this morning, so we are all good. How are you going? You know, yeah, all right. I'm not thinking of compliments now for some reason, but you get the idea, Melina. How are you going this morning? Or this evening, I should say. I did manage to watch a good chunk of your the stream where you started building your base in the mountain and you died in the plains. I thought that was a little embarrassing, but then you replied and you said you're in what's a year, so that kind of made sense. And I think it's quite possible that Skelly was kind of inside the model of the vial, which was a bit rude. But then the thought occurred to me this morning when I looked at your reply. I thought, well, you've completely finished Ashlands. Wouldn't it be, I'll say, safer to be running around in... Hang on, what the hell is... wouldn't it be safer to be running around in... Oh, that was right. This was me. Yeah, this was me. It'd be safer to be running around in the Aspen set. Because that would give you... It's almost double the armor of the set that you're wearing. And the mobility on it is, I would say, arguably slightly better. So not necessarily, you don't need the Aspen cloak to get the set bonus, just the regular Aspen armor. Yeah, just run around in that. I don't think you get quite as much kind of stamina bonus from it, but your movement bonus is, I think, the same or slightly better than the... Sorry, I keep forgetting the name of the set you're wearing. It's a Sunday morning. I'm allowed to forget things. Oh, that's arguable. I think the... Did I just hear a troll? Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, that's not going to end well. Okay, I need... Where's my honey? And I can't refresh my other stuff. Alright, let's try you again. Yeah, alright, I'll accept the angry bear paws. They work quite well against a troll. It's pretty obvious that I'm going to need... Oh, I don't need a troll head for now. It's pretty obvious I'm going to need some better food fairly quickly, so we won't... I think once I can get some farming going... Because I've already got carrot seeds, so I can... No, I'm not going to pick those up. I've already got carrot seeds, so I'll be able to plant carrots. I'll be able to get some deer stew going. The deer stew plus the bear stew should give me enough spare health that parrying the heavy attack from the trolls should be a bit less of an issue. It's a little bit tight at the moment. How much tin have we got? Alright, I think what we're going to do, we're going to fill up on tin, and then we'll run that back, and we'll get a couple of smelters set up. Another freaking troll. Alright. Because I don't really want the troll gear. I mean, I might make the cloak just for style points, but... Because the blue cloak actually goes quite well with the rest of the Berserker set, but... oh, hello. That's a bear. Don't know if I want to be dealing with a bear at the same time I'm dealing with you, but... Alright, I need to get rid of that shaman. Alright, come get some. I think I'm going to end up aggroing this troll. Yeah, I did. Bear and a troll at the same time. This is going to be a bit ugly. Oh, yep, that's not what I wanted. Die, you irritating beast. Alright, come get some. Ooh, that was badly timed. Alright, oh ye of little faith. Oh, what a lovely view that is. Let's move our camera around so we don't have to put up with that for too long. Oof, okay, that was a handful. Alright, let's do... we're about to go night time as well. Alright, let's get a little bit more tin. Yeah, this might be enough. We'll get a bit more tin. That should get us up to capacity. Yeah, I'm not going to chance the rest. We're going to head back. And then we'll get this on the smelt, and then we'll have to go looking for copper. That's stone. Now that we've got rid of this troll. And we've got some spare capacity. Let's grab some berries. Hasn't the same style bonus. I need, yes, I know. Yeah. I actually don't mind the Asquin set, to be brutally honest. It has a different sort of an appeal. The chest piece, the placement of that leather doesn't... I think it should be a bit sleeker looking, but overall, I actually... I just heard another bear, didn't I? We still haven't got our trophy. that the bear there? Yes, it is. Alright, fine. Let me have a surprise attack then. Come on. Why am I not landing that? Oh, let's try it from this way. There we go. Right, half-time change sides. There we go, scratch the bear. Oh yeah, Fenris, that's the name of the stuff. Trying to get a trophy for this set is going to be the death of me, I'm sure of it. The bear trophy is the trophy, like I always say I'm like super lucky with trophies. Ooh, we don't want to get too close to that. I'm always super lucky with trophies, but the trophies for the armor sets, so the cultist trophy, the bear trophy, and any other trophies I can think of that you need for the various headpieces, yeah, they're the ones I don't go so well at. Oh, hello. This is a fairly complete looking town. This might actually have a chest at the top. Let's go up and see. Oh, there's two up here. Hello, fellas. Oh, none of you are starred, so... And there's our chest, and... yeah, alright. Not much. The hell was that? Something just fell over in my house. Alright, AFK 2 seconds. Oh, sorry about that. Turns out nothing fell over in my house. It must have been something very loud outside that fell over, which in that case, it doesn't matter. It's all good. What am I... Actually, you know what? With all that caffeine intake, I'm actually going to use this as an opportunity to have a quick break to address the required necessities that come from needing to have a quick break. So I'm going to get my little break thing going here, and I will be back in a minute or two. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Actually, just feel free to do that anytime. Don't need to wait for me for that. Alright, back in a minute or so. Oh, I think I picked that music track. What does everyone think of that one, by the way? That one's new as far as this channel is concerned. But I picked a track that was slightly over 2.5 minutes because on average that's about how long it takes me to address the biological needs that tend to occur every couple of hours. So yes, what are our thoughts on my break music? Now, speaking of a cool one, thank you, Melina. What do we got? We have food. Let's do a new round of food. If I'd been prepared, I should have thrown down a fire and got a rested buff, but yeah, it's alright. We got everything out of there. Let's drop down out of here. I thought I'm not usually a good place to have a break, but sitting at the top of one of these towers is actually a pretty safe place to be. Thank you, Bente. Thank you, Annihilate. Very good. Yes, I've been raiding that website for music more and more. I just like quite a lot of it. It sort of lends itself to the old Valheim theme quite well. Now, did I just hear another bear? I mean, I shouldn't complain because I haven't got my trophy yet. Oh, bear's right there. And he didn't despawn. Interesting. Nah, he's going to see me. Maybe not. Alright, come out here, buddy. I need open space so I can see what you're doing. Oh, did that one wrong. Come on. Yeah, Dark, Cold and Unrested is very definitely a bad combo. I mean, I don't mind the Grey Dwarfs, but the problem is all you got to do... Oh, we must be at our weight limit, are we? Yeah, we are. Alright, we'll do something about that in a moment. We just got the morning welcoming committee. We don't really need stone. We don't really need plain wood. Let's grab all of that. Oh, Grey Dwarf. Have I picked up a Grey Dwarf trophy? Yeah, I have. That's fine. You don't really need those for anything, but I'll pick it up anyway. We at 300? No, not now. Yeah, we need to... We're going to need to come to terms with our lack of a spear here at some stage, but for now, we're just going to charge on ahead. Let's dump that. I'll grab some more flint, because I haven't cleared this coastline for flint yet. Yep. I don't think we've got they haven't officially done a release date for Deep North yet, have they? I mean, look, bless them. I love that they don't give you firm release dates because it gives them whatever time they need to apply appropriate amounts of polish and experiences thus far in Valheim. I'm going to say have at it. Like, you keep doing what you're doing because it bloody works. But I would be a little curious in terms of whether we're, you know, weeks out or months out kind of thing. Because whenever that hits, I'm going to be a busy little bunny. Oh, hello, fish. See, he has perched himself up on the shore. Ah, there you go. There's one of my terrible puns for the stream. Oh, we've hit weight limit. That's fine. Coffee time. Yeah, I don't have enough milk to make another coffee this morning. I've got to do a shopping run after the stream, which is partly another reason why I don't want to go too long. It's not that I don't like streaming. I'm actually loving it to bits, but I have Sunday is one of my getting things done days of the week. And this week I had quite a lot to get done this weekend, so I pretty much used up most of yesterday, and I still feel like I've got a good half a day's worth of stuff to get my head around. So that will be a thing. Now, Houston, we have a small problem. Alright, we need to empty out... Do I have any meats on me? Yeah, I do. Alright, so let's use our... Well, hang on, we've got berries here somewhere too, yeah. Let's use that. The eyes are inside. Actually, I don't know why I've got the eyes inside, because technically they are going to be a cooking ingredient, not a building. Because you normally need eyes for the portals, but because we get free build, we don't need no stinking eyes. What have I got? Bone fragments. How are we going with those? Oh yeah, we're going alright. We want to get rid of our flint. Get rid of our bear bits. Trader bits. That's going to go outside. Trophies. So we don't have one of those in there yet. Yeah, and we'll start collecting those as well. That's going to go outside. Yeah, feathers, that's all we need to get rid of. Oh no, we're collecting them in there. What an update. Need to get on the right page there. Alright, let's do a quick little repair. Now, we can't... This is where we're going to have some problems, because I'm not leveling terrain. Let's build a little platform. Yeah, that'll do. I'll put that there, and we'll put our crafting bench on that. And then we can get rid of that one, and we might do something similar over here. And then we can get rid of this one. Now, in amongst all of this room, I need to get some... let's point you in... Okay, even though this is really uneven, I was worried that it wasn't going to let me put these things down, because the ground is really uneven. That might be a problem. Alright, I'm going to be struggling to keep up with the wood for now. I'll have to go and chop some wood. Wood. Yeah, yeah. I need to go and chop some wood. Alright, let's go and do that. Look at this. Look at this forest. And I didn't even prepare it earlier. Oh, well dodged, sir. Alright, well, we're going to use you to start our chopping of this tree. At some point we'll get it on PTR. Oh, yeah, of course, because they'll want to test stuff on PTR. Yeah, that makes sense. Really? Oh, I suppose I only had one of you. Really? You're going to give me 3? Just because I'm chopping a tree? No, there's another one over there. You're going to give me 4 Greylings. Wow. This is probably because I'm playing it as a server. That's interesting. That's a lot of Greylings. Alright. Alright, let's do our labour saving, chop multiple trees to get they didn't quite end up the way I was wanting it to, but that's fine. I was wondering when he was going to take off. What? Another one? They must be literally coming out of the woodwork. Nah, the beehives, they're part of my defense strategy. Because stuff that gets too close or attacks the wall, the bees will attack them. So, you know, it's not going to fend off the horde, but it might in some small way assist me in my base defense duties. Chop these down as well. Takes a while, buy different roast beans, sit and grind the mix. Grind the mix, blend myself, now sitting there doing that for the next 10 minutes or so. Oh, okay, cool. You do take your coffee quite seriously then, Annihilate. That's good to see. I'm not quite so serious with, like, I appreciate a good coffee. I just don't appreciate the amount of effort it takes to get that last, I'll say, 10 or 15% of it. I should have left that behind. It would have given me some more weight capacity. Doesn't matter. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. Now, we are going to put a bench down. Put you there. I'll have one for charcoal and one for wood. Really? Yep, that's fine. Drop that in there. Alright, now I need to get some smelters worked out. Let's go with... I'm probably going to want more of those things. Nothing's going to roll down the hill. Melina knows about things wanting to roll down the hill. Had a little panic moment in your stream there with your very expensive Flametal trying to run to the next continent. That is, of course, the major downside of building on a mountain. Actually, why am I doing 3? I don't need 3. 3 is going to be a lot of maintenance. Alright, so we're going to load you up. Load you up. Alright, now here we are going to put another chest. Yes, your precious Flametal. You should have brought some extra wood with you just to make a little wall or something to catch the runoff, and then you can just delete it when you're done with your build. Alright, we have tin. Tin by itself doesn't really unlock anything, so I'm going to put the tin back in here. We need to get rid of our bear meat, which I forgot to do before. You can go there. We are going to end up with a bit of bear meat. Yes, weeds go in there. The rest goes inside. And feathers. Cool. Alright, we'll top up our axe. We will remember to hang around long enough to get a rested buff. That's alright. We all have our moments, Melina, with being organised, and I can very definitely relate on many, many levels to that. Sometimes, you know, sometimes if you leave the door open to chance, chance is just going to come along and go, actually, I'm going to let that. I'm going to make that happen. Now we've loaded that up. Let's go back and finish chopping our wood. We are going to have to do an awful lot of this because this is exactly the sort of activity I normally do offline. So it's not usually a big part of my episodes, but with this series, there is nothing gets done offline. So, yeah. But these... Really? Fine. I'm going to need the resin anyway, so why not? So yes, you know, these are the quiet moments where we can also have a chat while chopping wood is, you know, the stimulating activity that it is. I mean, if I get a troll raid at some stage, trolls are really good at chopping wood, but doing it by hand is kind of annoying. If I had the fire flag turned on, this would be, well, still tedious at this point, but I could always make myself a fire staff later and just roast the entire forest into charcoal. That's a lot of fun to do, by the way. Roasting entire forests into charcoal with the fire staff. A lot of fun. More time to chat, more time for me to be bored by these stupid greylings. There we go. Our wood cutting skill has improved. Well, that's important. We're going to have opportunities. Lots of opportunities to be chopping wood. Alright, I want... Probably the biggest thing I want straight away is I want to unlock... If I can make one bronze bar, and then I'll turn that bronze bar into nails, and then that will let me make the carve. And that is going to unlock a lot of options for us moving forward. In fact, probably one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to want to circumnavigate this island just to see if there's any bits, you know, out in the outer edges that we haven't any bits that we haven't seen because of, you know, we cut a corner and, you know, that sort of thing. Place, we've got some tin. Pop that in there. I'm just going to dump my resin in there. We're going to end up with bucket loads of resin. I'm not going to bother eating the other foods because I don't need them. Unless I get a raid, I'm not going to need the extra health. And if I'm sensible enough about refreshing my rested buff from time to time, just having honey is really enough to help me with having a decent amount of stamina. Get rid of these bushes because it helps with a bit of visibility. Doing a dark Brazilian bean with a cinnamon infused one. Cinnamon. Okay, yeah. I can respect that. I'm not big on cinnamon for most things other than, you know, the obvious places. So cinnamon rolls and donuts. In coffee, yeah, that could work, but I'm a bit more of a get a good quality grind, and that is usually enough to keep me happy. Good quality grind, good quality milk. Rest looks after itself. Alright, Marlena, here's an interesting topic of conversation. What are some of the things that you would add cinnamon to make them better? So not something, so, you know, not something that automatically comes with cinnamon in it. I'm talking something that maybe you've had before, something maybe you'd experiment with. But what's something that you could probably... Oh, good night, Benty. Thank you for coming. Always a massive pleasure. Yes. So what things do you think go well to have cinnamon added to them? Yeah, take that resin inside now. Yogurt, several desserts, and some Asian or African food. Asian food. Okay. This is going to be an interesting topic. Yes, I thought so. You guys seemed pretty passionate about having your cinnamon in your coffee, and I was just thinking, what else can you... Because tastes vary a lot around the world, and I mean, they vary enough from individual to individual, but of course what you eat, you know, what you eat and drink and whatnot as a you know, a young person and as an adult in your area probably focus your palate quite a bit as well. So I'm just kind of curious as to what floats people's boats in terms of, yeah, foods and drinks that you might also, other than coffee, what else you might like to put cinnamon in or on. I assume nobody wants to snort lines of it. Let's get our charcoal. That one's already full. I always like to leave these full of charcoal, so whenever I come back from a smelting run... Actually, I wasn't going to put charcoal in there. I was going to put it in this one. Alright, we want 50. Right, so now we need some copper. Now we need some copper. That's a little tiny mountain. Now I'm going to stick with the coast because, I don't know, just because reasons. No, we didn't see any copper there. I know we didn't really see any copper there, but I'm just going to keep pushing around that coastline a bit more. And see what other bits of fun and entertainment might be out that way. And we haven't found our trader yet, not that we've been actively looking. That's resin, I'll pick that up. Not that we've been actively looking for him at this stage, it's more of a coming across him by accident. I mean, there's still... I don't know that we've been right out there, and we sure as hell haven't explored all of this yet. There's probably some more Black Forest out here, and there's definitely some more there. So, I mean, there's still a chance that we could end up with the trader on the main island. But, I mean, honestly, because I've got portals, it doesn't really matter whether he's on the main island or not. It's just bragging rights, really. I mean, I got, with my hardcore run, I got so lucky with the, I got so lucky with the, getting all the traders on the main island. Come on. Come at me if you think you're hard enough. Spoiler, you're not hard enough. Oh, I missed a bit of tin there. Alright, we've got some tin already, so I want to get some copper so we can get some bronze. We can get some bronze goodness. Good Indian curry, yes it is. Oh, hello. I was looking at chat and this guy tapped me on the shoulder. It's a bit rude. Yes, goodbye, Mr. Bear. Not interested. Wow. Unless you got a trophy for me. Nope, denied. No trophy for you. Do these mess with your run speed? They do not. Alright, I'm just going to keep them out. Ooh, nearly. Alright, where, oh where? Ugh, that's a lot of mushrooms. I'll pick them up and mark them. Troll cave. Yeah, not that excited. Ah, that's copper. Ugh. Do I want to be mining this close to... That's definitely tall enough to get wolves. Ooh. Alright. I think we're going to have a plan. What we're going to do is we're going to make use of this little facility right here. Not high enough jump to get up there just yet. We're going to make use of this little facilitar. And we are going to... Oh, we need a crafting bench first, obviously. Let's put you out there for now. Building. We're going to fill in... We're going to repair... Actually, you know what? They're just in the way. And then we're going to fill that in. Come on. I hate the way that snaps sometimes. Really? There we go. You like that, and yeah, that should be fine. We'll put you there and you there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have ourselves a little get the hell out of here portal. Now, we don't have a spare portal at the other end. See, we really didn't think about this before. So we'll just call this 1. And we're going to be running metal back to base anyway, so this is more just our kind of oh shit button to get out of here down the track in case we aggro a wolf or something. Alright, well, we're going to have to strap our getting it done pants on. Is there any other copper there? No, just this one. Alright, no time like the present. Can't hear any wolves. I can hear, yeah, I can hear some greeting committee. Always shows up when you're mining. Almost got style points for killing two. Killing two in 2 swings there at the same time, but positioning didn't quite work for me. We're going to get rid of the stone for now. Yes. Come on. Stop wasting my work day. Rice pudding? Oh, yes. Yes. I'll go along with that. Rice pudding is good with a bit of cinnamon on it. White round rice, warm with milk, sugar. Yeah, it's a bit of a rice pudding kind of thing. So that's pretty awesome. Any other maybe potentially odd things? Any speculative experiments that you might like to try by putting cinnamon on them or in them, or In Australia, you get from the bakeries, you get these things called cinnamon scrolls. They're you have to look them up for what they look like, but it's like they kind of spiral. They get pastry and they kind of put stuff on it, like on the outside of it. So it's like they butter the bread, except it's not baked yet, kind of thing. So they put it on there so it bakes in. And the ones I like are the ones they're kind of got they're a lightly fruity one, so they'll have orange peel and sultanas and stuff like that in them, but then they'll also have cinnamon, and then they roll it up like you're rolling up a don't know, measuring tape, as in a the type of measuring tape you'd use for garment work. So they roll it around like that. When it bakes, it all kind of expands out, and you get this sort of scroll type looking thing. And those are, and they put a bit of pink icing sugar, like pink icing on top as well. Not huge amounts, not to cover the whole thing. It's just they put a bit in the middle. And I used to have those once in a while at school, and oh, they were so Moorish. It was awesome. I'm surprised when you have something that's that long in German. I'm surprised that. Did you intentionally put the spaces in it to make it easier to read, or is it one of those things that gets to keep the spacing in between the words? Milk tart. Yep. Oh, hang on. Just count to rice pudding. Yeah. Yeah, we're not big on long words in Australia. We're it's called like that. Oh, okay, cool. Because I know there's a lot of German that's, you know, normal word structure, but then you get some words, some things like the Black Forest cherry cake, where it's you know it's all squished into one word with no spaces in it. Or you get the in the German automobiles, they have the dual clutch gearbox that they put in has got a name that's like a kilometre long, and it's just literally, you know, double clutch gearbox in German, and it's got like 50 characters in it or something, because it's all one word. Cool. All right. Well, that's Milchreis mit Zimt Zucker. There you go. That's my terrible German pronunciation for today. Oh, German word for butterfly. What's that? We're gonna turn Melina into our German coach here soon. Alright, we're getting close. How these are... Oh, they're only 10. Alright, so I can get one more. If I throw the wood away, I can probably get a little bit more than that. Okay. I can hear a great off there, but for whatever reason he isn't coming over. Oh yes, very unfitting. Schmetterling. Ah, Schmetterling. Is that meant to be... there's a really long English word which is one of my high school English teachers. Actually, no, one of my primary school teachers loved this word. It's an onomatopoeia. So it's basically it's to when you've got a word that sounds like what the word is, it's an onomatopoeia. So smeten is that a bit? I'm trying to think. No, not really. Smettling. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. 284. I should be able to pick up one more. Can I get rid of anything that weighs 6? That would be a no. And no, I think we're not going to waste our time umming and ahhing over one piece of copper. We're going to take what we've got and we are going to run home. Yeah, we'll run home. African's butterfly is plain and short. Vlinda. Again, I'm Australian, therefore pronunciation is pretty much automatically butchered. It's got the sh sound, okay. Flinder. Oh, okay. So Schlinder. Schlinder? I don't know. My brain automatically does the wrong thing with... There was a time when I was a young man that I was far better at this stuff than I am now. Yes, don't drown in a creek. That's not a good look. Flinder. Oh, sorry, you mean the V is a F, so it's a Vlinder. A Flinder? Flinder. Not the sh is for... Oh, Schmetterling. Okay, cool. Awesome, thank you. Now, we need to load in copper in this fella. Copper in this fella. Put some ore in there. I'll put that in there for now. Let's top these off. I'm helping with Flinder. Oh, okay. Flinder. I is say with flint, but ends in der. Sound angry? Yeah. Oh, we can do things. We can do many things. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we are going to build a forge, and I'm going to put it down here for now. Put you right there. And we can already build the forge cooler. So, look, here's a suitable table we can sit it on that we prepared earlier. We've got a mead kettle now, so let's go. Oh, hello. Now this is the downside of the bees, is maybe they don't attack unless they get attacked. I don't know. Copper. So we need a mead kettle. I think what we're going to do for now, we're going to delete one of these and we're just going to chuck our mead kettle in there. Yep, that's boiling. Alright, what do we need? We need to make some meads. Oh, that's an interesting point. What do I need for... I'm missing something obvious for the brew barrel. Oh, we can make the cauldron now too. I'm going to need more than one fire. Let's go out this way a bit. Yep, that'll work. Alright, let's have another fire and... Actually, we'll make that clear and we'll put our cooking thingamajiggo. Make them nice and warm and friendly over there. Nope, that ain't boiling. Alright. There we go. You gotta make sure it's boiling, otherwise it's not on the fire. I'll go 1, 2, 3 of those. Need to grab a little bit of wood back from here. Yeah, that'll do for now. Alright, so what manner... Yeah, we can't do very much until we get... Yeah, Queen's Jam. I suppose it's... 40 stamina is pretty damn good. But it's not... Other than run... Oh, the healing. That's the big difference. Yeah, alright. I might make some Queen's Jam. Uses a lot of raspberries though. But we have a lot of raspberries, so... alright. What is it? It's 2 to 1, isn't it? No, it's 4 to 3. Oh, that's 3. Let's go with 4. Alright, let's make a bunch of these fellas. Alright, now I need somewhere... Oh yeah, this'll do for now. Save that for Sunday best. Really? Ah, of course the bees are asleep, aren't they? Go away, you annoying... Alright, so they can definitely climb up that. Alright, that's fine. just do a quick little repair on that. Ah, they do work at night. It's just the beehive that has to be attacked. Interesting. Okay, I might need to rework my defense strategy here a little bit. Go away, you annoying sausage. Alright, I'm gonna... actually, I'll... What am I missing for... What am I missing for the... Nails? That's what it is. I need nails. That's what it is. I was having a brain dead moment wondering why I was missing stuff. And it's because I don't have nails. Really? I suppose I'm being active at night. Oh, it's a bore. Whatevs. Alright, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take that as a hint that the game wants me to move this bench, so I'm gonna move this bench. I'll slot it in underneath. Yes, hello. Now, you know what, I'm just going to sleep out. Otherwise, I'm just going to get constantly interrupted. Yeah, I need to have copper and tin on me. Alright. Do I have any more furniture? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Because I need to make nails, that's why. Nails! I need nails. So we'll make some nails and then we can get some more comfort going. And we'll be able to make a boat. And I'll be able to make the brew barrel. So I need... What have I got on me? Copper. What's weighing me down? Oh, yeah, I suppose that is. Alright, let's pop that in there. We'll take 8. And that's only 5. Alright, I should be able to carry that, and I'll put some stuff away. Refill these with coal. Bronze. I want... Yeah, we can make our bronze armour, which I don't think I'm going to go down the heavy armour road. Oh, celebratory cap? Is that new, is it? That must have come in with the... I won't need that. I do need the fermenter. I do need anvils. Let's put them down. Oh, adzy. Oh, we can add that to this one. Anvils. Should be able to squeeze that in here. Brew barrels. What am I going to do with brew barrels? I want them to not get randomly attacked by things. So we might do a bit of creative Which way is our wood going? It is going that way. Because everyone knows your base is 100 times better if all your planks are running in the same direction. Everyone knows that. That's just a, you know, it's a universal thing. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to need that many brew barrels, but it's a thing. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to build on top of that, so I'm going to have to take the roof off here. So let's go this way. Yeah, fell in. Oh, there we go. One skill in swimming. Alright, let's go this way. I'm going to delete those and I'll use that for... I'll use that for the... I'll put a couple of chests down so I've got somewhere to store my brewed and unbrewed meads. Come on. There we go. Except we have someone... Really? You just walked in. Yeah, this is going to be a reoccurring theme for a while. That's right, we'll do something about it. We'll get some stone walls going when we get to that point. For now, put that there. We want some shelving action. Actually, I'm not going to need that many. Let's just do that. Do a bit of... Let's go with you, and you, and you, and you for now. I'll work out what's going to go where after. Oh, I've just realised I've only got about half an hour of stream left. Wow. I'll probably push it a little bit beyond that, but... what do we want to get done now? Oh, I need to brew some meats. Let's get that going. I think mine are healing first. Let's go with... So we need honey, raspberries, blueberries. Okay. What's the ratio? So I need double that in raspberries. Yeah, this is where you need all the raspberries. Honey. Okay, I need to pull my finger out and get more honey going. Not tasty. Oh, dandelions. So it is 10. So I'm going to be making 4, so I need 4 dandelions. Cool. And the advantage of having a million of these barrels is I can basically just set and forget. Now, I need more honey. So let's get some more honey going. Yeah, I'm going to have constant issues with these dropping honey everywhere, but I don't really care, because we're going to have so much of it, it's not going to matter if a couple of bits fall outside the wall. Actually, I can't remember, I don't think boars eat honey, do they? I don't think they do. I think I tested that ages ago. Because it'd be hilarious if I'd left some honey on the ground and I ended up domesticating a boar out of it, but... Okay, well that solves that. Need to go to sleep. Love to hear your words. Oh, thanks for coming along, Ronya. It was really great seeing you again. Don't be a stranger. You know, you are awesome. You're allowed to continue to be awesome. And look after yourself. Mushrooms. I need... Okay, let's do... Now we've got some of that on the go. We should be able to upgrade... Oh yeah, we need blueberries for that. Scraps for that. Blueberries for that. Okay, so I need 4 blueberries. Oh, 4 blueberries. And then we need some ball leather. Oh, and before I forget, portal. There's a problem when you unlock tech. You're just constantly thinking, oh, did I build everything? And then you realise, no, I didn't. So I'll make that 0-1. So that'll hook up with my... That'll make the at least a one-way trip a little bit quicker. Now, boar... Did I get boar scraps? Yeah, I did. Upgrade. You... Oh, need some more ball leather. Not ball leather, bear leather. Grab those as well, because I can't remember if I need them for upgrading the... No, I don't. Upgrade that. Upgrade that. Alright, that should put us in very good stead for actually quite a while, armor-wise. If I can get the... If I can get that damn trophy. Ugh. Need the bear trophy. Resin. Eyes. Stone. except I'm not going to build the boat here. Because I will, if I, what do we got? We got half an hour. All right, I want votes in chat. We're going to wake chat up. What would you prefer to see for our kind of wind down for this stream? Would we like to see a grand adventure and sail around this starter island with the possible excitement that might come with that? Or do you want me to continue gathering metals from the Black Forest and potentially punching a few bears along the way? All right, give me a 1 to explore or a 2 to continue farming. A boss fight. Well, that would mean Elder. Oof. I could probably do Elder in this gear. And we do have a portal over there. Alright, I'll add Elder as 3 on that list. Alright, I got 2 votes for 1. Anyone can vote, even if you're lurking and not subscribed. You can jump in there and vote as well if you like. I like to hear from everyone. I'll leave it open for another 2 minutes. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I am going to... What was I going to do? Oh, hang on. Why can't I build... I've been exposed to fine wood and core wood. No, I changed the chat to... I'm sure I changed the chat. I changed the settings. Give me a minute. I'll check on that. Where are we? It will be in here. It will be in here. Show more. Oh, that's in comments. Sorry, I got my wires crossed. Let me go into live control. And, oh God, I need a bigger window. Let's go with... Oh, hang on. Where do I... No. No. Yeah, all these settings. There are so many settings. I can't think. No. Oh, stream settings. Here it is. Oh, I need to change the stream latency too. I forgot to do that. Auto stop. No, it's not in there. It's not in there. I might need to go looking for that before the next one. Sorry guys, if you're... Stream settings. Yeah, it's... I remember finding it somewhere, and then I thought I changed it, but I've just realised that wasn't what I changed. It was the commenting. which surprised me that I still had that on what I had it on. Let's go back to here, and let's go with channel. No, that's channel level settings. That's not it. Let's go out here and let's go. Yeah, there's nothing to change about that. So let's go back to studio. Is it in here? Permissions, no, no. No. Advanced settings, no. Advanced settings. No. None of that. None of that. Save. So it'll be in the actual stream. That will be it. Take your time. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I thought there'd be something I'd be able to find quite quickly, but it's not. It should be just in the normal stream settings, but it's not. The only thing it's giving me is comments and ratings, which I've got that set for everyone. But the chat must be buried away somewhere. Okay, well, that's kind of mildly annoying, but we'll go looking for that next time. Look, this might be a completely dumb moment, but why can't I build the carve? I've made nail. Oh, no, I made bronze. I didn't make nails. Oh, I'm a muppet. I made bronze, and then I forgot to make... I was going on like a pork chop about making nails, and it was the one thing I didn't do. Oh, there's a bit of honey there, is there? Yeah. Bronze nails. This'll do it. Boom! Yeah, the shutters and all the rest of it. Okay. And we should be able to also make some more furniture to help with our comfort. No, we can't make the training... Oh, is that iron? That might be iron nails. Doesn't matter. Or sleep out. Yeah, forgot the nails. I was thinking I'd already made them, and it's just like, why is the boat there? Alright, I've got 3 ones. Oh, thank you, Evol. Yeah, so we've got 3 ones, so we might throw the boat down. We're going to put... I'll leave the nails in there. We won't really need them that much. Alright, we're going to be away for a while. These finished? Oh, they're still going. Alright. We're going to need some more food on us. I've got more bear meat there to cook, so we'll deal with that later. And we'll have some deer meat. Oh, I know the other thing we didn't do. We got bronze. We should have got a farm going. I need a couple of carrots in the ground. I'll deal with that now as well. 5, 10. Core wood. And we want the bronze. And we want the... Hang on, is it on here? Yeah, it is on here. Cultivator. There we go. Alright, let's do a bit of quick... Can't cultivate a wooden door. Where do we want to plant? I think we'll just put it here. 4. Ronya will be disappointed she wasn't online to see this bit, because she's always very excitable with how straight my farming rows always end up being. They're probably going to be just okay. Because for me, it's not just about making sure all the wood points in the right direction. You've got to have nice straight farming rows. Otherwise, you know, it's almost a what's the point kind of exercise. I think we'll just finish up this row. That'll be enough carrots for now. We're going to have to get back to hunting deer so we can have enough deer meat to make deer stew. Alright, that'll do. Pop this. Actually, I'll pop that in there. Put our core wood back. Pop that back in there. We'll get ourselves a fresh rested buff. Yeah, I think I may have stolen one of Melina's better slots, because I think I've seen her stream at about this time as well. I mean, this is a pretty good time slot in terms of particularly if you're aiming to get Australia and the US. It's a little bit late for Europe though, that's the downside with it. But then we live on this planet and we have all these time zones, and you know, there's not much you can do really. Planets are gonna planet, it doesn't matter what you do. Still brewing. Alright, let's build our board and we'll get the show on the road. I think we might build it over here. Misk, and there is our beautiful carve. Alright, what's our wind direction? It is from behind us, so chances are I think we're going to be better served if we go this way. Oof, that's a sandbank. Nothing like a nice polite storm to test our sailing skills. Oh. Well, there is one problem with this setting. If we come across a serpent, we're kind of boned because we don't have anything in the way of a ranged weapon at the moment. Alright, I only just cut that corner off because we don't really need it. Alright, let's head down this way. Finish up next video. Yeah, video. I mean, you put crazy amounts of detail in your videos. Look, I love it to bits, but as someone who has to edit videos, it's like, oh my god. I mean, because I try to keep my videos as straightforward as I can, and I try not to do live narration because it gives me the freedom to, you know, be a bit thoughtful and a bit creative later. And it allows me to focus on the gameplay a bit more when I'm actually recording. So for me, a 1 hour episode might come from hour and a half's worth of footage, but it probably only takes me maybe an hour and a half to actually put it all together, like to edit it into a complete episode. So, you know, an hour's episode might only be at most 3 hours worth of from start to finish, like including the recording, the narration, and potentially the upload as well. Yes, well that's true. We don't have an Ollie around to... I hope she's okay. She's normally quite keen to jump into the streams, but she might be a little bit under the weather today, but that's okay. We'll send our hearts out to Ollie, wherever she might be, whatever she might be doing. Hopefully, if she isn't 100%, she can be feeling better soon. Yeah, you do a lot of shorts too. Do you find you spend that much time on your shorts? I mean, all your stuff has got so much polish on it. It's fantastic. I'm surprised the polish factory still has any polish left by the time you've got your content out. That's right, there's a river through there. I'm not going to go through the river, I'm going to go all the way around. So that's interesting. This pushes down this way. Okay, the plot thickens. Alright, now we're going to want to hug the coast a bit. Because we want to be close enough to the shore that we've got our best chances of exposing the trader. If we do come across a trader, I'll definitely jump ashore and we'll stick a portal down next to the trader so we can take advantage when we actually get to the point where we've got some money and he's actually got something we want to buy. Oh, hello. That's what we want. That's the other reason I'll be going ashore. Is... Oh, and there's two. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Wow, looky what we found. However, we have another problem. We have a spawner over here, so I'm going to get rid of this first. Oh, berries. We'll have those. Do my little magpie moment there with some berries. And now we can come back and get the thing that we came ashore for. I'm just digging to see if there's a chest there. Doesn't look like there is. Yeah. No chest. Alright, well, let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, that's a useful amount of fine wood. Given our portals are free, we're probably not going to need anywhere near as much fine wood as we normally would, but wood. But we're still going to need a fair bit, because there'll be a few things that we're going to want to put together at some stage. Well, we don't have a trader just yet. I need to get better with my portal management. I've been away from them for so long. I keep forgetting to put down an empty portal back at the base so that I can just throw down. Ooh, that's shallow. Let's go this way. I need to throw down an empty portal before I can drop one at the trader and have it work, so that's alright. We're going to be circumnavigating anyway, so... Oof, 2 trolls. There's one over there, one over there. Right, how are we going on time? We're just about to click over 3 hours, so I think I might aim probably for another half hour, I'd say. So fingers crossed we can keep getting a useful amount of wind. Circumnavigating an island in half an hour might be a little bit of an ask, but we'll see. Now, is that the other side of that river? Might be. No. Don't know where that goes. There might be a little river mouth there that I missed. shallow. Let's avoid that. Sailing. Alright, well let's go with sailing stories. We're running aground, it seems. What sorts of epic adventures have you had in the sea, on large bits of... Uh-oh, I'm going to run aground here because I wasn't watching when I was going. Ooh. Yeah, that kind of hurts. Epic adventures on, you know, like large lakes, dams, rivers, I guess. Anyone a sailing fanatic? I did a little bit of sailing in a boat not much bigger than, not much smaller than this actually. About, yeah, pretty much 40 years ago on the town's dam. That was a little bit of fun. A friend of mine had a boat, and I got to be the pleb a couple of times and help with set up and pull down, and to provide labour in the efforts of sailing around. It was kind of a once a, I can't remember, it was like once a month or something. We used to go out and do it. That was good fun. With nice weather and nice wind, it was a good day. When we didn't have wind though, not so nice. It's usually quite warm, and I mean, we did all right in very light wind. The boat was actually kind of good in light wind. That was one of the good things about it. But no. Oh, we're going to land for this. Can you see that, Milena? Do I need food? No, I don't. One. Alright, now we got rid of the brute. Let's get rid of this thing before it spits another brute out. Okay. I don't think, because you haven't had a chance to explore any of the new stuff yet, have you? Like all the birthday stuff that's just come out? I mean, my exploration of it is pretty much what we're doing now. But looky what I saw from sailing around. Look at them all. Check it out. It's the king of all of the Rockies of the world. Yeah, look at them all. I never thought, like, I thought this would be buried in the back of a bloody black forest somewhere and I would never see it. But I have been proven wrong. Oh, hello. Somebody's trying to beat up my ride. Come here. Pick on someone your own size. Alright. And given we've beaten our ride up ourselves, let's put a crafting bench down. Come on. Wow, I really like. I thought I was pretty jammy just getting the getting the getting the boat wrecks. I honestly never thought I'd see that little temple thing at all. Yeah, it's well, the Rockies. I mean, in this playthrough, they're largely irrelevant, but because I'm not going to really need a lot of stone, because my stone construction is going to be free. And there's, other than, you know, building walls and things, you don't really have a lot of use for stone normally. So if you're playing on like normal loot settings and normal construction settings, you go through a lot of stone. And so you can put down these Rockies, and if you put two of them together and you keep them happy, they will endlessly create stone for you. They put little stones on the ground that you can pick up. And then if you're Melina, you have a chest that you refer to as the Rockies kindergarten, and then all of the stones that get produced go in the kindergarten. Which is very cute, by the way. But yeah, that little altar-y thing is part of the, like, literally the last bit of content that they added to the game. It's about, well, it's not even 2 weeks old at this stage, I don't think. Oh, you think I could sail in a straight line, wouldn't you? Yeah, that altar is supposed to be super rare. I mean, finding Rockies is super rare, but I mean, I've basically got one. You can make an argument that that's part of my starter island. So I had the Rocky altar on my starter island. That's just completely random. Yeah, yeah. They're the ones that you put two together and they make rocky babies. Ugh, that's technically not the same island. Let me have a look here for a minute. I'm going to say that's not a river, that's actually a proper break. But I'm going to sail around. I'm going to sail around this one as well, just because it's quite close to the Starter Island, and this might be where the trader is. I keep overcorrecting. This thing is a bit of a shopping trolley sometimes. Yeah, you put the Rocky down and you can, there's a mounting point on its head, so you can put interesting things on its head. And it will, that will make it happy. And when it's happy and it's got another happy Rocky next to it, it will breed. Yeah, this might not be a very big island at all, this one, but that's fine. There's more out that way by the looks. Oh, okay. Alright, another interesting, if slightly short topic of question. How many of us had a pet rock when we were growing up? I'm going to say I didn't. I saw a lot of people that did, but I didn't. I'm not going to go onto that island, otherwise I'm going to end up going too far. Alright, so let's come about and we'll go down this way. Oh, that's a rock. I'm really not demonstrating my sailing skills here today, am I? This is quite an embarrassing display of sailing on record now. Anyone watching on the replay, leave a comment down below. If you had a pet rock when you were growing up, what did you call it? What did you name your pet rock? Passing a few bears. If I had more time, I'd probably stop for each one and try and get a trophy, but... Oh, hello, there's another turtle. We'll mark that one in a minute. As soon as I'm finished slewing all over the shop. There we go. Yeah, I don't have the bronze pickaxe yet, so I'll have to come back for that one. You had an actual pet, and you weren't into stones. Okay, well that's fine. That's fair. What kind of pet did you have? What kind of feathered or furry or scaly? Alright, well the trader is definitely not on that island, so I'm not going to completely circumnavigate it. Let's head over to here. And we'll rejoin the coastline over here. Ooh, ocean, and it's raining. Okay, let's try not to have any serpents, shall we? I had, when I was growing up, brothers, like I'm the youngest by quite a noticeable amount, and my brothers had a dog for a great number of years before I came along. I don't remember the dog. I'm not sure what happened with it. But at some point we ended up with a cat. A cat adopted us, basically, because that's kind of what cats do. We had that cat for, I mean, it was probably maybe 12 months old, because it wasn't really a kitten anymore, but it still had a bit of that sort of kitten playfulness in it, so yeah, I'm going to say probably a year or so old when it adopted us, and it was a ginger tomcat, and we had that one until, what was I, 7? Had that for 11. It's probably about 12 years old when it died. I mean, it had a bit of a rough existence. It was always, as cats tend to be with their territory, it was always very loyal to wherever we were living. But the problem is we're not moving around a lot. And there's more than a few times the cat, even though we did all the things that we could to try and reinforce the fact that this new house is now its home as well, it would inevitably run home to our old home, which of course we weren't there, and we get the inevitable phone call from one of our neighbours going, "Hey, your cat has come back." So yeah, it's that was a pretty standard sort of cat ownery type experience. It's a lovely animal, but it was a very independent animal. It would show up for food and, you know, the occasional scratch on the back of the head, and then that was it. It would just, you know, take off again. Very outdoorsy cat back in the day. But that is over 30 years ago. I haven't had a pet since, really. Not one of my own, anyway. Cats and dogs, okay. What kind of breed was the cat, or what did it resemble? Melina? What kind of cat did you have? It's going to be a interviews. Rudimentary Rob interviews Melina Plays about her pets live on stream. Just ordinary street cats are okay. That's fair enough. They're the ones that, in my general experience, they're the ones that tend to last the longest, because the more close they are to a specific breed, the more inbred they are, and as a result, they get a lot of extra problems and faults and things, and yeah, that rarely works out long term. Really? Oh yeah, there was a rock there. Okay, I'll accept that. Alright, well, we have no trader. Oh, we went past Elder at some stage. I should have stopped to drop a portal. We got a portal. Don't really need another one. But what we do have here is we appear to have some random trees attached to swamp biome, and I had some hopes that we might have some crypts here, because that would be... Where's our starting point down here? Oh, yeah, no, that's a bit of a journey from the starting point. But... Oh. That's a crypt. Really? Oh my god. That's like... I think that's got to be like the smallest bit of swamp out of the ocean that I've ever seen that has a crypt on it. Wow. Alright, well, we're going to chance a few leeches here because we get free boats, so I don't mind if this one gets beaten up a little bit. I'm going to stick my head in that tower. Oh, and we've got a ruin over there as well. Swamp, yep, that's fish. Ooh, hello, that's a lot of dragur. I've not long eaten. Oh, that's a lot of leeches. Alright. Oh, has that got a spawner in it? No, it's just a tower. Oh, that's a lot of skeletons. Oh, this could be a bad idea. Alright, let's get out of the water first. That's a lot of leeches. And we don't have a healing mead with us, so we're going to be taking this slow and steady, winning the race. Yeah, I can't get poisoned by leech poison again. I'm going to end up dying if I do. Yeah, I'm pretty low on health right now. Alright, we're going to have to take cover here for a moment while we get our health back. I don't know how safe we're going to be here. Okay, well that answers that question. Alright, let's get rid of that. Alright, you can't walk around. Can you walk up here? There we go. Alright, well that's that. I'm not going to be able to get a rested buff because these guys are too close. Yeah, okay. I've got myself into a bit of a pickle here. Let's see what we can do. Alright, am I out of the rain there? Maybe. Yep, I'm drying out. I'm not resting though. This work? No, enemies are too close. Alright, well, it was worth a try. Drying out will let me heal a bit quicker. That is a lot of leeches. Don't have any other better food options. Alright, there's our blood bag. Right, let's see if we can be a bit tricky about this. We got poisoned, that's not good. No, we'll pick that up while we're there. Alright, we'll dry out. Yeah, that poison ticks crazy. Alright, well, this isn't quite the wrap up of the stream that I was going to go for, but alright, fella, come around here. Yep. Missed. Nope. Ooh. Must have resisted that one. That's one less. That's another one down. Ugh, got poison again. What's that down there? Oh, blood bag just wasn't close enough to pick up. Alright, I'll have to wait for that leech to come back so I can kill it. Although it does appear to be miles away. Alright, let's test our luck. Let's see if we can swim over here with our appalling swim skill. I don't think we can chop that. Yep, too hard. I'm not even... Oh no, bronze axe would be able to do it. Maybe I should have made a bronze axe before we came out. I don't see a chest down the bottom. Ah, what? I came here for a chest and they don't have a chest for me. That... Oh, hang on. Oh, that was just the door. Saw the tooltip pop up for a moment and I thought, oh yeah. Can you swim in here? Oh, that's a 1-star. I do not want to get poisoned by that. That is a bad mama jumma. Come here, buddy. Got him. Alright, any other leeches around? Yep, here he comes. Come on, come to mama. Alright, got him. I think that's it. I think we can jump back in our boat and move on. We are going to mark that crypt though. That is definitely... We're going to come back for that fella. Oh, this is all swamp water through here. Interesting. Alright. Is this a bad idea? Yeah, that's a lot more swamp here, and we've got some swamp, so we do properly have swamp on our starter island. Nice. Very nice. Right, well, let's see if we can sneak past here. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to get awfully friendly with this coastline just to keep this wind. Alright, well, that begs the question then. If we've got swamp, are we going to have a bog witch on our starting island? I don't fancy my chances. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do a lot of exploring in this one. I think I used up all my luck when it comes to traders with my hardcore run. Alright, so this is an interesting question. We haven't explored the other side of that yet. Oh, hang on. That's mist in there. Oh, it's Black Forest mist. That looks like it's a big island because it's got a mountain. I think I'm going to, in the interest of not running for 5 hours again, I think I'm just going to sail through here because this looks like a proper river. I'm going to sail through here. We're going to hope we don't come across a troll. And then this should let us hook up with our coastline over here. Mind you, that coastline is the one that's got the most unexplored on it. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to... I'll find a nice safe spot to land. And then we'll just set up a little base. And we'll drop a portal down this end of the map because we are... We are quite a long way from home here. Yeah. Mind you, we could get back here just by using that. Oh, I keep overcorrecting. You get so used to sailing the Drakkar and the Longship, which are slow as a wet week to respond, but this thing definitely is not. Oh, that's copper right there. This is night time. Alright, you're not falling asleep at the keyboard, are you, Melina? I'm definitely finding this lack of wind to be annoying. Looking for something. Oh, okay. Did you find it? Did you find the thing for whence you departed to quest? Just a fancy way of asking, were you successful? I thought that was a big bear there for a minute, but it's just a rock. You think so? You think you found the thing? Should be awake for another 5 minutes. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Annihilate. I mean, I was hoping... I mean, the crypt was pretty exciting. The rocky altar was pretty exciting. But I was kind of hoping that we might chance upon a trader, but... I think we are to be denied, at least for this stream. What's the big tree for? Oh, in the sky? That's the Yggdrasil. Oh, we need Ronya here for this, but that's the Yggdrasil. That's the world tree. Midgard and Valheim and Valhalla, they're all supposed to be connected to it. But Valheim, because of the problematic nature of the entities that were placed here, or expelled to here, they severed the link to, so all you can see it, you can't actually get onto it, allegedly, and it is just, it's just up there in the sky looking pretty. Yes, the world tree, Yggdrasil. Quite the mouthful. Alright, actually, you know what? Here's a couple of structures here. We might take this as an opportunity. Wow, this thing takes forever to stop. We might take this as an opportunity to make a little... Oh, there's a beehive up there. Okay. Really? We got one! We got one! This is literally the first time I'm actually looking at one. So this is a curious axe head. Honestly, don't care about the arrows. I'll leave them behind. We got one! So what are the chances? Are we going to get the second one over here, I wonder? Is there a chest? Nope, denied. Oh, no, that's a door. Nope, no chest. Alright, denied. So we got one of the axes. Or one of the axe heads, I should say. Alright, we're gonna patch this up. And then we're gonna drop a portal. Because this is a little home away from home, I guess. This will give us somewhere we can replenish our rested buff. I'll leave this in fixer-upper mode. We're going to delete that, and we're going to put a 45 up there. Yeah, we'll do it that way. I've done so many variations on patching these places up. And we're just going to be dodgy. We're just going to do a bit of this action. And then we'll put a fire. That's our fireplace there. We'll put our fire right there. And we'll put some flooring down. Come on, snap. There we go. Alright, and da portal. Actually, you know what? We are going to... I see you out there. That's fine. I think I'll just put it here. Portal. I mean, we're not going to be teleporting back to base. We're just putting this down for future reference. We'll call this one 02. And let's get ourselves some comfort. We want a bench, a table. We'll just put a banner at the back of there. These don't get comfort, but you know, they're pretty. Yeah, that was on an angle. We need a rug. That's a stool. I think we need one of those as well. Oh, it won't let me rest. I'll have to go out and take care of the locals who are being annoying. Seven comfort. Oh, must be missing something. Ah, doesn't matter. It's good enough. I need to change music in the mod because of copyright issues. Oh, sorry, this isn't your normal playlist stuff. This is in one of the mods that you run, is it? Ugh, I thought we might be in with a chance, but we're not. There'll be a mushroom in there. We'll have that. Alright, we're going to go back here. We are going to mark this portal as... Mark this as 02. I've got so much crud on me. Alright, let's go out here. I've got a bit of a misty morning going on. Let's patch this up a bit. Cool. Alright, we are all patched up. Why can't we... Oh yeah, we can pick that up. Go over here, and I think... Yeah, we don't care about the bees. I think what we're going to do is, this looks like a suitable location. I think I'll just do my little stream wrap up here, and we'll pick up from here in the next stream. All right. Well, thank you one and all for coming along today. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. Chat, you are always up to your fantastically high standards. I don't know how you do it each stream, but keep up the good work. It is very appreciated. Thank you, Annihilate. Thank you, Melina. Thank you, Ronya. Thank you, Bente. Thank you to... I'm going to forget some names here. This is probably a bad habit to get in this. Evol, thank you. Thank you to anyone else who I haven't named for coming along or watching on the replay. Your interactions and loyalty and viewership is always hugely appreciated. So with that out of the way, don't forget to, leave me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the stream. If you're not already subscribed, I would absolutely love it if you could hit that old subscribe button. Yeah, as I always say, until next time, my name is Rudimentary Rob. Thank you very much for watching. And above all, make sure you have yourself an absolutely fantastic day.